Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. I know it's Monday when this drops, but it's Easter Sunday right now. It is Easter Sunday. Hope you had a good Sunday, and you got chocolate, and you got Peeps, which honestly not great. I liked them as a kid, but they're gross now. But hope you got some chalk. Dude, what is it about a chocolate bunny that just, I don't know, man. It gets you going more than, like, there's no other circumstance where I would just eat straight up chocolate, At least not that I can think of. But, like, I would never, like, just pick up a Hershey bar, you know what I mean, and just eat chocolate. But there's something about the bunny that makes it special, I don't know what the brand is that that you could just pick the gold fucking wrapping and you unwrap it. And I don't know, man, you bite into it. It's got a nice snap. I like chocolate with a nice snap. Who the fuck? My neighbors are being so loud right now. No idea. I don't know. They don't speak English. I don't speak Spanish. We've never said hello. Anyway, yeah, I like chocolate with it's got a nice snap on it. And here's a bold move that maybe some of you won't agree with. I like to take those chocolate bunnies and I throw them in the freezer for a little bit, because they're thin enough where you're still going to be able to break through them. But when you do, you could still eat it and enjoy it, but they don't just fucking melt away in your hands. And it ups the snap. When you freeze chocolate, it ups the snap, which I think adds, to the process. However, there is a threshold. That's not the right word, but like there's a maximum in which you can leave it in the freezer before it starts to smell and taste like frozen vegetables or whatever the hell's you have in your freezer, which for us would be fucking burritos from the dollar store, because that's what my girlfriend buys. She goes to the dollar store and she gets like dollar enchiladas or some shit, you know what I mean? Or just like a bean burrito in a wrapper. And I'm like, you don't have to eat like that. We can buy regular groceries. Dude, I swear, she goes to the dollar store and the shit that she buys, like, she's the only person I've ever met who goes to the dollar store and will come home with only edible things. You know what I mean? Like, you go to the dollar store, you want to get cheap, maybe there's like some cheap decorations or some pens or little finds, little stuff you find at the grocery store. Nobody's touching the food. First of all, every food that they have is a knockoff of some other food. And dude, nobody's touched it in the last 2 presidents, okay? The food in there is not meant to be consumed. It's just to fill up it's just to fill up the aisle. Nobody's actually getting it. But dude, she will roll through and she'll get like, oh, let me get the mac and cheese and a can of greens, and then she'll go to the freezer section and she'll get the burritos, she'll get the boxes of the things you pop in the microwave. I mean, just all like fucking dorm room shit. And then she loves to get like these powdery mixers, She'll get like that you mix in water, and it's just a sugary fucking thing. She'll buy like Skittles drink powder, and and then that goes in a drink, and then just add a little bit of water and vodka, and it's just a great drink. I'm really making her not sound. I'm making her sound like she has a problem. She doesn't. She doesn't do it all the time, but she does enjoy it. I know that. She does enjoy the Skittles drink powder. What are some other, like, these cocktail powder? It's all just, it's not good stuff. And here's why it bothers me. Because I'll go to the grocery store and I'll be like, hey, you want me to get anything? Is there anything that you want? And she'll be like, no, I'm good. Don't need anything. But it's like they got better frozen burritos at the grocery store. They probably have a better drink mix that hasn't been on the shelf for 10 years, I'll get, if you can have the thing, I'll get it for you. But don't, you know what I mean? Like we can invest in a slightly higher quality of shit food. You know what I mean? It's shit food no matter what, but let's at least get the better quality shit food so that, the next time you go to the doctor, you don't have a third limb growing or whatever. Cuz it's just not good. It's not good. How did I get there? Oh yeah, freezing chocolate. We came back around. So yeah, I just love the Easter bunny chocolate snaps. It's got a good fucking snap. I went out to my aunt's. She lives out in New Jersey, and a few family members came out there. It's always an affair, and you just eat way too much food. It's just a fucking carb load. We did like a brunch thing, and everything is just in like a pan. Everything is just some sort of congealed casserole. One is a bread pudding mixture thing. The other is like an egg hash mixture thing, and then there's like an eggplant parm looking thing, and then a thing of fruit. And you're just like, well, these foods all match. Let's just load up scoops of everything and put it on your plate, and let's eat. You know what I mean? It really is like Thanksgiving in that way of like the overeating. And maybe we're all overeating because it's like, hey, we haven't seen each other in a while, and we don't know what to say. So how about we just spend the first hour gorging our faces, so that we can all slow down and then figure out what the hell we're going to say to each other. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. No, sometimes I get like quiet. Like it was, there was some people from my uncle's side of the family who I don't know very well, some at all. And like, sometimes you just get stuck at the table where everybody else gets up for seconds, and then it's just like you and some woman where you don't know how she fits in, and she doesn't know you either. And then so you're just sitting there in silence, and then one of you is just like, the food was really good. It was good. The food was good, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, I'm just waiting to go back up for seconds. Oh yeah, you got to have some of the. Did you have some of the bread pudding? I did have some of the bread pudding. I know. I might get more. You're right. I put all this fruit, and I'm like, what am I doing with all this fruit with this bread pudding? Am I right? And then you just like want to kill yourself, I mean, it's just awkward. Sometimes, family things are awkward when there's people from, distant branches of the tree, and you're like, I don't even know what your name is. And so I can't even confidently get into a conversation with you. Yeah, it's just, you could just feel it. Like this one, these people came in, and then one of my cousins is like, oh, this is so-and-so, and he's, just so you know, he's got dementia. And I'm like, I may as well have dementia because I don't know who he is. So it doesn't matter if he doesn't know who I am. I don't know who he is. We may as well both have dementia and have a full-on conversation, And we did. We had a talk, and he was just like, oh, yeah, the food is great. The food is great. He's like, maybe I'll take some. I'm going to take some of the egg dish home for the kids. I think they would enjoy that. And then I get pulled aside, and they're like, he doesn't have any children. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, it didn't change the conversation. It doesn't change anything. So, you didn't have to tell me that. He could have kids. Let him dream. That's his dream. But it was a fun time. Ate way too much food. They did an Easter egg hunt for the little ones, for the little children. And it's funny, the Easter eggs are always kind of they're always like a touchy topic. Or they're always a touchy event because, there's like little kids that will do the Easter egg hunt. And there's like one kid in particular who's slightly older than the other kids. And this kid in particular will just fucking dominate the Easter egg hunt. I mean, just ravages. It's literally not even fair. It's like that swimmer everybody's complaining about. It's that, but Easter eggs. I mean, we'll just like, pushing people aside, give me and then the basket is just completely filled, and then the other two kids are just like, well, we only got a couple. And then the adults have to come in and they're like, maybe you should share, huh? Maybe you should share. Maybe we'll divvy up. Like the Easter egg hunt has just gotten, each year it's progressively just gotten more and more socialist, Like the first year it was just like, well, kids, you got to be quicker. And then last year it was, well, maybe you should just share a few. And then someone this year pitched the idea of like, well, maybe we'll do the Easter egg hunt and then afterwards we'll just divide up all the eggs. Hey, that's not how the world works, okay? You know what? You're not preparing them for, if you're going to do that, you may as well just tell them that the Easter Bunny's not real. You know what I mean? Because you just get that over with. There's no point, like they have to learn. That's part of what the Easter Bunny is about. And it's a part of the process of Easter growing up. It's the same thing with Christmas and Santa. Part of the process is learning that they are not real. And it's a sad moment, but you learn, it's like the death of Santa as a kid. And so you have to deal with that. And that helps you evolve and whatnot. And you know what? I think that getting demolished in the Easter egg hunt, there's also some value in that, And maybe you need to be, here's where my brain goes, okay? And maybe you wouldn't be cunning enough to think this as like a 7-year-old, but just bear with me here, okay? If year after year, okay, you come to the game and somebody is just dominating you in the Easter egg hunt, okay? So there's things you got to break down. Clearly, you're outmatched physically. Clearly, this other person is just going to be able to get to the eggs quicker. They're sharper. They can spot them quicker. And even if you do get to them, there's a chance that they bully you out and they box you out and they take the eggs for themselves. Okay, so you're like, all right, I'm not going to compete in this fairly, right? So here's what you do. Early in the Easter festivities, they do the Easter egg hunt in the same, place every time. It's in the backyard, all right? So it's going to be in the backyard. So it's going to be set up, all right? Because the Easter Bunny did it all, You get the eggs are always out there, whether you still believe in the Easter Bunny or not. They're going to be out there. So this is what you got to do. You got to find a time to slip away and go out in the back before the games begin and get like a 15 egg head start. You know what I'm saying? You got to get a 15 egg head start, and maybe you take your own eggs for your stash, and then you take the other hidden eggs and you fucking re-hide them so you know exactly where they are. So then that way, you come busting out the gate and they go over there looking, and they're not going to find jack shit in the bush over there because you already got them all. Even though it seems like a good hiding space. Boom, it's not. Now you just fucking populate them all around the base of one tree, and then you and your brother are just fucking crushing it. And maybe 7-year-olds don't think like that, but, this is why you got to come to me with this thing. Nobody comes to me with it for ideas. If you want to learn how to cheat the system on something, come to me, all right? Because I have those skills. Wasn't it like Bill Gates or somebody who said that, they don't hire the smartest person, they hire like the person who is like lazy or something because they'll find the quickest way. There's some flaws in the quote, but Bill Gates hires lazy people. Let's see what we get from Google. Hires lazy people. Bill Gates says lazy people make the best employees. I choose a lazy person to do a hard job because a lazy person will find an easy way to do it. Now, maybe they will. They could also slack on they'll get it done, but it's done, shitty. So maybe this isn't the best quote to reference, but you get what I'm saying, is you have to approach it. You have to approach it from you have to use what's to your advantage. Okay? So if you are in a game where the odds are stacked against you and the talent level is not in your favor, you got to figure out, what to do. What is your performance enhancing thing that you can do? And maybe it's cheat, but it's not it's only bad if you get caught. You know what I mean? It's only bad if you get caught because they're fucking cheating already. They got 3 years on you. At that age, that's night and day. So don't feel bad if you go out before the festivities and you rig it for yourself. Dude, I did that at as a 21-year-old when I was working. I wasn't 20. I was like 17, 18. It was right before I went to college. I did that. I've definitely talked about it on the podcast before. When I was working at the old folks' home, we did like an employee party raffle thing where you would they had a bunch of different little games set up, and every time you played a game, you got a ticket, and then you took a ticket, wrote your name on it, and dropped it into a raffle of a prize you wanted to win, right? And so at one point, we all went outside to do an egg toss, where you have to toss an egg to your partner across the way, and you can only use one hand, and yada yada yada. So everybody went outside, and on the way out, I saw they left the raffle roll with all the tickets just sitting on the fucking table. I took it and I put it in my pants, and I did the whole egg toss with the thing in my pants, trying to make it just not noticeable. And then we went back inside. I went into the bathroom and I wrote my name on 1,000 fucking tickets, and I took all of them and I threw them only in the jar that had the laptop. One of the prizes was the laptop, and guess who fucking won? Ya boy. All right? So sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get ahead, And maybe those kids will listen to this podcast one day and they'll be like, you know what? I that's a good fucking point. I should have done that. I digress. Oh my God, dude. I heard my aunt said the funniest fucking thing. I was laughing so hard when she said this. So there's a fire pit outside, and so they had the fire going, and they live in Sparta, which is a very densely wooded area. Their house backs up to a giant hill, with all this basically a mountain with all these trees and everything. And so they have a fire pit, and the fire's going, and one of the cousins is like, I want to roast marshmallows. And so, she goes to her dad and she's like, I want to roast marshmallows. And then he's like, well, I don't know if they have marshmallows, but we could ask. And so the girl goes up to my aunt and she goes, do you have any marshmallows do you have any marshmallows to roast, marshmallows for s'mores? And my aunt goes, well, we definitely have sticks. We definitely have sticks. That is so not helpful. Oh my God, dude. I'm a little tired. It's not hitting me the same way, but I was fucking laughing so hard. Dude, that is not even close to helpful at all. It's not even saying well, I know we have chocolate. I know we have graham crackers. Do you guys have any marshmallows to roast marshmallows? Well, I know we have sticks. You live in the woods. Oh, man. Dude, it was so funny because it didn't even compute with the child. Okay. And of course you have do you have marshmallow? Well, I know we definitely have sticks. It replace that with anything oh, you guys have anything for dessert? You guys got some cake? Well, we definitely have forks. We for sure have forks. Oh, man. Fucking classic. Classic. It was a good time. It was a good time. And, you know, I joke about the small talk. It's fine. You know, you get through it. It's good to see It's good to get out of the city, see family, and all that jazz. One of my cousins is going to like Europe or some shit in a couple weeks, and you know, so then everybody who's been even close to Europe has to fucking chime in on the conversation. And dude, this bugs me when people do this. When you're gonna go to a place and then they find out you're going to a place, they tell you that you gotta go to this place. Hey, no, I don't. You know, they're like, oh, I'm going to the Amalfi Coast. Oh my God, wait, no, hold on, write this down. You have to go to Canavasana cave. You have to go to the Canavasana cave. It was like, I went last year. It was so beautiful. Look it up. Let me spell it for you. Canavasana cave. Okay. And then the person, you know, she's polite, so she looks it up and she's like, oh, okay. She's like, is it where you're staying? Is it close to where you're staying? I mean, it's like 3 hours or so. Oh my God, you have to go. You have to go. No, I don't. I don't have to go anywhere. Hey, we're going to fucking, you know, Italy or wherever. We have a trip planned. Okay, there's a lot of places that you didn't go. I don't have to go to the place you went. Let me live my own fucking journey here. Dude, I was getting like I wanted to pitch in and be like, hey, no, she doesn't have to go. Like 3 different people were like, you should really check. Oh my God, they go to the Brunafa and Handabanana town. There's a little a tram that you take, and it takes you to the top of the thing. It's a nice, cute little gondola. And last time we were there, somebody proposed on the gondola, and so maybe if you go, you should go. It's the Brnafanana town. Look it up. Yeah, it's only 7 hours. It's worth it. It's totally fucking worth it. You gotta go and take the gondola to the top of the point, and you can see all the little people working in the fields. I mean, it was just it was beautiful. It was totally beautiful. So you should just, you know, whatever plans you had, I'm sure they were nice, I'm sure it was cute, cancel them, spend an extra several $100s on a car, drive the 7 hours to the Brnafanana town and take the gondola. Trust me, it's worth it. Dude, it was so annoying. People just, you know, they want to insert their shit into your shit. You just not tell anybody. Don't tell anybody you're going anywhere until you're already there. Don't even tell them when you're already there. Tell them when you can't, like, where were you? Oh, I was in Italy for the past 2 weeks. Did you go to the Brenneffet? No, I didn't. Because we had our own goddamn itinerary. I wanted to do the stuff that I wanted to do. And that's what I did, you know? I'm trying to think if I've ever been anywhere where people have told me to do that. I haven't, but they'll still do it even when you come back, right? Like you say, oh, you know, oh yeah, we went to Jamaica. Did you go? Were you in Puerto Vallarta? Yeah, we went to Puerto Vallarta. Oh my God, did you go into the you know the shoe shop? You know the shoe shop where there's like the guy and he owns the horse. Did you see this? Did you go to this shoe shop? I mean, like, you want to kill people. Like, no, man, we didn't. How about you let me just talk? Can I talk? How about let me tell you what I fucking did? And then, you know, maybe, but even if you go to tell them, the moment you even broach a topic, they'll bust in with something that they did that was similar. You're like, yeah, you know, and we went and did a tasting. We did a tasting at this tequila. Was it the tequila? Was it the Brahanavana tequila? Because we went to the Brahanavana tequila, and it was, oh my God, it was so great. Everyone got a tasting. I had the mezcal. The mezcal was I actually like the mezcal. The mezcal was great. And did you take a plant? Because they gave us all plants. Like, they said that they normally don't give us plants, but they gave us plants, and so we all took a plant. I realized that story was actually that, you know, that they don't make tequila in Jamaica. It was Mexico. That somebody said that about the trip when I went to Mexico, you know. But it's just, yeah, dude, it's just fucking it's exhausting to, because most people don't go anywhere. So if you've been to a place that they've been to, they want to seem cultured and like traveled and stuff. So they'll just be like, they'll jump in. Like I went to Jamaica, but we were at a resort. It's probably like every other fucking resort that's there. So if somebody says, yeah, I went to Jamaica, I'm like, oh, were you at a resort? Yeah. All right. I know what you did. I pretty much know what you did. And I don't need to, I don't need to be like, oh, did your guys also bring you fucking mojitos by the pool? Like, I don't give a shit. If you want to share something about your trip, then you share it. I'm not going to, like, fucking just dig. I don't care. I don't care enough. I really, really don't. Because and maybe that's the selfish thought, because it doesn't affect me. I'm not going. Dude, I'm not going to Italy for 3 weeks or whatever. So I don't really care what you're going to do until I'm going to Italy. And then maybe I'll hit you up and then I'll be like, hey, we were going to go to this place. Or maybe I'll ask you, hey, what part did you go to? And did you like it? And I'll ask you before the trip is booked, maybe in the idea stage. But if the trip is already booked, don't fucking bully people into going to a place that you want them to go. Just don't do it. I digress. Happy Easter, everybody. Man, I'm flipping tired. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I might take a nap. I have a show later. I have a spot at 10:30. And, you can't say no, but I'm pretty fucking tired. So it is what it is, but hope you had a good Easter. Our next Yarbar Comedy Show will be on the 27th. The lineup will be out when this comes out, but I'll share it now. We got Nathan McIntosh, Chase DeRusso, Nick Tillelli, Rachel Lanahan, Colin Chamberlain, Teddy B, and myself. It's going to be a fun show. I missed the last one because I had COVID. It fucking got me. So I missed the last show. I was bummed out, but come to this one because it's gonna be a good time. It always is. And I'll be there. And I'll be honest, I'm actually more excited for this show than I have been for shows in the past because I have like some new stuff I want to try, and I have some new jokes. I have some like old jokes that I'm dusting off from like old notebooks. I've been like going through old notebooks and shit and pulling stuff out. I'm like, that's a good idea. I was just not good when I wrote it. And so that's fine. It's always nice to have a new joke to work on or something, something that gets you excited. There's only so much I can fucking talk about the same shit I've been talking about. Because you gotta build that act, baby. I'm doing this weekend, doing some show in like Connecticut or something. I'm doing 20 minutes, and then in May 13th, I'm doing 20 minutes in Atlantic City, and I'm sharing that on here because I don't do 20 minute sets a lot, and that's that'll be fun, because you actually get to think about your material in terms of like an act and how will it all be structured, and that's exciting because like once you have, because everything seems like a little bit scary sometimes, like things you haven't done until you do it, right? Like I remember the first time I ever did 10 minutes. I remember the first time I ever did 15 minutes, and each time you do it, you're just like, all right, well that I can do that now. I know I can do that now. And I have done 20 minutes before, but it has not always been on purpose. I was like doing, like a long check spot or something, and it just kept going and going. Actually, no, it wasn't a check spot. It was a show in like Jersey City where I was like second to last, and then the headliner never showed up, so they just had me go long, and I did like 20 minutes, and it was a lot of fun. It was to like 5 people, so that part wasn't fun, but it was fun to do the 20 minutes. And that was just like on the fly. I'm just like pulling jokes out of my fucking head. But to be able to craft it into like, this is how I want it to go, would be really cool. So anyway, I'm going to be doing stuff that I'm going to do in the 20 minutes at the show. So come on out to that. Well, fuck. Well, I guess, like, yeah, the Connecticut show will have already happened, but not the Atlantic City show. Anyway, just come to the fucking show. It's on the 27th, Yardbar Comedy Show. All the details are in the bio of my Instagram and the Yardbar Comedy Show Instagram. So come on out to that. Again, hope you had a good Easter. Have a good week. Love you guys for listening. Like, share, and all this shit. Have a good one. Peace out.